Hello, I'm Mr. Tie-Dye, and today I'm going to show you how to fold a dragon scale design on your t-shirt. So what I usually do is start out, my favorite way is to turn the shirt inside out and to center it, and in some cases draw a line down the middle of the t-shirt so I know where the middle is. And since I'm going to be using sinew for this design, I also have the t-shirt soaked in soda ash and it's dry. So after I soak them, I just hang them up, let them dry. And that way when you cinch it down really tight, the dye is still going to soak in nicely. So to start with, what I'm going to do is fold the sleeves in just a little bit, just because I find it's easier to tie this design if the sleeves aren't in your way. And then I'm just going to take the edge of the t-shirt and fold it up to this center line. So keep that, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'll fold the sleeve in a little bit to make that edge straight, and then I'll fold that line in to the middle. And you want to kind of check on your sleeves. You don't want to fold them all the way in. There's a little bit of a gap, because if you fold it in, then that's going to create a bunch, a wrinkle there where I'm going to have multiple layers. So you want to fold your sleeves just a little bit, just enough to get them to the inside. So this here is the middle of my t-shirt. I'm going to fold it one last time in half. And like I say, the sleeves, that's going to be a thicker area of the t-shirt, but it's just the way that it works out. From there, you can, sometimes I've measured this out, marked my lines, but really you can just wing it. So what I'm going to do is just draw a zigzag line going down the shirt all the way, and then that's where I'm going to tie my sinew at. So for the sinew, I'm going to tie a little slip knot to start with, just because that helps me keep it in place where I want it. And then we'll fold this back a little bit so that you can see the center spot. I'll zoom in, and I'm just going to line my sinew up along that first line. Once I get enough out. And then the nice thing about the sinew is if you kind of hold the t-shirt flat and you pull on it, the wrinkles or the creases, the folds will create themselves. But you do have to hold it flat or it'll just bunch up into a big wad. So once I have it kind of tightened up, and here I'm just pulling with my hand, but once I have it nice and tight, then you want to make sure that you're not trying to pull with your hand. You have something. I got sinew. It's wrapped in one of these thick cardboard tubes that the sinew comes on. You can also use a broomstick. But I'm going to wrap this around. Let's flip it 3 times. That seems to be the magic number. At least 3 times. Once you have that, then I'm going to hold this in place, and I'm going to pull the sinew so that that gets nice and tight in there. And you can see that's nice and tight in there. And if you need to, you can wrap that up a little bit, give yourself more leverage, pull a little bit more. And then from that point, you're just going to keep working down the shirt. So I'll kind of straighten this out a little bit, take my sinew, and I'm going to lay it right along this next line here that I drew. And for there, once again, if you hold the t-shirt kind of flat and you pull, some of those folds will form themselves. And I try to keep the sinew tucked up in this crease here where I have the shirt folded at. And then I'll wrap it around there the 3 times. And then let's zoom back out. We'll pull that nice and tight again. And I'm just going to work my way all the way down the t-shirt. So I'll just wrap it. Usually I'll wrap it around 1 time and pull it while it's laying here flat to create the folds. Let's see if I can do that without holding it. You just have to kind of adjust them a little bit, but the folds will about form themselves on some of these. And then I tighten it up. Well, I wrap it 3 times. And then I tighten it. So I'm just going to go all the way down. And you can help some of the folds along to get them in the places where you want them. Okay, now that I got to the bottom, what I'm going to do is snip this off. Like I say, I always like to leave that nice tail at the bottom. And I'm going to wrap that up, tie a little knot in it. And then I will post another video showing how I dye this one. Once again, is the dragon scale design. And that's what it should look like. It's just the sections tied off and tied up with sinew. Thank you for watching. I am Mr. Tie-Dye. Please subscribe to my channel.